A professor walks into his classroom, and on the front desk, he puts a large clear jar. And then from a bag on the side, he pulls out golf balls and he pours the golf balls into the jar such that they reach the very top. And he asks the students, is the jar full? And since the golf balls are reaching the very top, the students nod their head. Yes, the jar looks full. It's like, nope. From the bag, he pulls out a bunch of pebbles and he pours the pebbles into the jar. And the pebbles fill all those spaces around the golf balls, reaching the very top. And he asks the students again, is the jar full? The students nod because, yes, the jar looks full. And they're like, nope. From the bag, he pulls out a bunch of sand and he pours the sand into the jar, and the sand fills all of that space between the golf balls, between the pebbles up to the very top. And he asks the students again, is the jar full? And the students by this point are laughing and they're like, yes, the jar looks full. And then there's one more step. He sort of pulls out from the bag 2 bottles of beer. He opens one, pours it into the jar, and he opens the other. He goes, perches himself on the front of the desk, and he takes a sip of the beer and he starts to explain, this jar is the time of your life. Those golf balls are all those things that really matter to you. Your relationships with your family, your friendships, that work that you do that is in line with your purpose, your passions. The pebbles are the other things in your life, like job and house. The sand is everything else. The sand is all of that stuff that fills your time without you even noticing or recognizing it. And what's really important to note is that had he put the sand into the jar first, all of the golf balls would not have fit. And so that shows us that if we let our time get filled, it will get filled. You know, the never-ending inbox, the never-ending requests, the meetings, the committee, thing, like the scrolling social media, watching TV, like if we let our time get filled, it will get filled. But with that, we won't have time for the things that really matter to us, for our golf balls, those relationships, that time for the work that really does matter to us. And then one of the students asked, well, professor, what's the deal with the beer? And he's like, I'm glad you asked. The beer shows that no matter how busy your schedule seems and how full your time, you will always have time for a drink with a friend. And so that picks up on that there are these things that we do have to make time for, even after our schedule is filled, for some things that truly matter.